Hey guys, how we doing? The last couple days, last 3 or 4 days, I've been working on the bus pretty steady, about 9:30 at night, and figure it's time I'll do a little video, kind of show you how far along I got on it. I started going crazy on the interior. I just kind of wanted to make a seat in the front just so I could move it in and out of the garage without sitting on a nothing. So I started going too far as doing all the interior before the rest of the mechanicals were done on the outside. So I stopped on the interior and concentrated on getting all the mechanicals up to speed. So, of course, absolutely nothing worked. Each thing that I hooked up just didn't do what it was supposed to do. So each piece I did, I kind of restored as I went along. Hooked power up to the wipers. Wiper motor didn't work. Pulled the wiper motor out. The armature was just dirty. Cleaned that up. Put it back together. Lubed up all the linkages. Headlights. None of the lights worked. Had to go chase all the wires, all the sockets, and everything, and repair all those. Do a bunch of wiring. Run a speedometer cable. It has a high beam, low beam. You're supposed to be able to click up on this for high beam, low beam. And of course that does not work. It did not work the relay under the bottom splash panel. That's signaled down to a relay to just go high and low beam. And the relay was no good neither. I took that apart, cleaned it, got it working, but it was kind of shaky. So I said screw it, and I installed the old school push button with your foot. So that's now your high beam, low beam. I haven't done anything else with the seat yet. I still need to get back on that, but as I said, I kind of wanted to stop on that and get the other stuff all up and running first. And everything's working. Got a horn, actually a horn on the steering wheel, not on the side. Gas gauge, the gauge itself works, but I think the sending unit's not working. I got about 2 or 3 gallons in it. It's not showing anything, but the first time I go to gas station, fill it up. Hopefully it's just a float that's stuck in the tank, and after driving around a little bit, it may free itself, but probably won't. All the lights are working. All the way around, we got headlights, directionals. I'll show you something cool about these headlights. When you put them on parking lights, oh, the headlight switch was seized too. I had to take it apart, drill out the rivets, and free up the shaft on the inside of it. That's what it has for parking lights. They have these little bulbs that are dim, little 15-watt bulbs, and they're kind of like a friend of mine was saying driving lights or something like that they use over there. That exactly know what you use them for, but anyway, I kind of like the look of them. It makes the headlights just kind of like a night light kind of look to them, you know. So put new headlights in it. Headlights were shot. Actually, I went and I bought one, and here's your interior lights work. That one works by flipping the switch up there. No door buttons on these things. So I hooked the headlights up. One was no good. I went and I bought one, put that in, and then I had the other one hooked up. And as I'm watching it, I'm slowly seeing smoke on the inside of the headlight. So I ended up putting 2 new headlights in it. Took them all apart, rebuilt the sockets, kind of painted the interiors of them silver. They had some rust in them. Oh, what else do we got? The interior, kind of give you an idea what's going on with the interior. All the panels are made up all the way around. No matter what, even if I'm not going to use them, I figured just while I had all that stuff out, I cut these. That's the 2 panels for back here. They're all set. There's 3 panels that go across the back there. They're done. The one large one for the back wall. The ones behind the cabinet here. The far corners, kind of showed on the last video, they're done. Put some light on. So they're all kind of set. These are all just kind of sitting in here right now. I kind of want to use them for mock-up to try to figure out what I need to do. The only problem I'm going to have is this gap right in here is going to end up staying just like that. So my fix for that is I went to Home Depot, and this is the seal for the bottom of a garage door. And it's pretty soft and pliable, and it's got like an angle to it. So I'm actually going to use 2 pieces. One's going to go this way and in, and then on the bus itself, it's going to come out and over, so the 2 of them will kind of lap over each other and fill in this gap so you don't see it. Of course, this will come off too. So that's the layout of that. And we got the engine bay. You can see the back of the cabinet there. This is a piece that was on the end, and it had a piece of wood attached to it that I just hammered off of it. But that piece just needs to get put back on there and reattached, and then there's a white seal that goes over that. That'll make that cabinet shorter. Fit into place. Here's the two materials. I glued them to a piece of the material. I want to see how they both stuck to it. They both seem like they're fine. I don't think I'll have an issue with either one of them. My only thought is this upper one, the potato sack, what do you want to call this stuff? I forget. Anyway, my only thought is, like, if you're laying on the bed and you roll over and you rub your arm or your leg or something on this, that this might be a little on the uncomfortable side, where this stuff is, you know, much more smoother. So I may do a combination of both of them. I may do the coffee bean sacks with the logos maybe on the doors in the front section, and the back where you're laying down, I may go with this stuff just for comfortability. Is that a word? Comfortability. And there's those panels put in, and again, I soaked them in water, and then I put them in the microwave to heat them up even more than that, and then they were able to make the curve. I just kind of screwed them up in place and let them dry back out again. They seem to do what they need to do. Of course, that one ended up getting a little doohickey in it right there. And then the one that's behind the cabinet, that one back there, that one was perfect. Figures, right? So again, they're going to get covered with fabric anyway, so I'm not that worried about it. And the back one for the hatch. Again, I'm still waiting. I ordered a box of like chrome push pins that hold them in. A box of 100 of them. I'm still waiting for them to come in. The engine bay's all done. Everything's all finished up in there. I was chasing electrical gremlins. The charging system wasn't working right. I think I swapped out about 2 or 3 different regulators before I got the output that was correct. Ran a bunch of wires. All the wiring for the lights was beat. You can kind of see some of it hanging there. Made a battery hold down. I found an old top battery hold down, and then I just had some threaded rod that I ran up through the bottom and put a nut on them, and that locked the battery into place. Set up the air cleaner. Those air cleaners are an oil bath. That bottom section right here is filled with oil, about the first ½ inch or so. That's what they use, and you clean that out when you clean your air cleaner. It doesn't have an element like a regular air cleaner. And then, of course, that bolts to the body of the bus, and the air cleaner doesn't move, but the motor does rock on its motor mounts when you get on it. So the link between the two of them, they had like a flexible rubber hose, and of course that was shot. So what you see right there, that rubber hose is what you see hanging on the wall there, my exhaust hose. I just cut off about 8 inches of it. It was the right diameter. And it's soft and pliable, and it should allow for the motor to move no problem. And underneath, that's the heating system. Here's guys are not familiar with VWs. That's the generator right here. On the back of the generator is a big fan. The fan pumps air down over the motor and cools the jugs of the motor off, and then some of that air is directed into these tubes. These tubes go down to the exhaust system, and then the exhaust is wrapped with sheet metal, and it picks up the heat off the exhaust and then pumps it into the cabin. Let's see if you can see that. Call it heater boxes. That's the box that you see there. You see kind of continuing from under there. Goes right around through that piece that's got paint on it and up and out the back. Now I tried shoving one of the factory boots that are on there, and this is the combination of the ones that I had. You see them laying on the floor here, which are these guys, but they all suck. They're all in shitty condition. The insides of them all collapsed, and they got like almost looks like an asbestos kind of material on there, and that's the air that you breathe and the heat that you breathe on the inside of it. So I kind of want to come up with something separate, something different than that. And of course, again, they need to be flexible because the motor and the transmission is moving, and the other end that attaches to the bus is fixed. So they need to be able to have some flex to them. That's why they look like they do. So I'm going to try this. Same ID, and it's just better stuff. This is like a tractor trailer radiator hose in straight lengths, 2.5 inch diameter. But it's got some good flex to it. I mean, you can flex whichever you want to. And plus, they're going to be warm. You got to remember, too, because the heat's going to be going through them. So I'm going to try that. That was like, I think 36 bucks for the length of that, but I need actually 3 pieces, you know, the piece for the front, so we'll see if we can get it out of that stuff. The other stuff is just little pieces to get caught up on. I need a new washer bottle. This hangs out right by the driver's seat, and you push down this plunger. When you push down on that, it's a sealed unit. It pushes washer fluid out to the windows. But as you can see, that one's done. Looks like somebody tried taping it at one point. So, got to order a new one of those. So, I don't know if you notice anything different. You notice anything different? Lower center. Oh yeah. Registered it yesterday. It is on the road. That's how close we're getting. We're getting ready to rock and roll. I'll take you for the first ride with me when that does happen. But I have a feeling I'm going to end up having to take those cabinets out of the back, because first time I hit the brakes, all that shit's going to come sliding forward and smack me in the back of the head. But I have some work to do on other people's stuff right now, so this has to come out of the garage, and we just have to wait and see, right? But we're getting that close. We're ready to rock and roll. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully the next one will be a video of us tooling down the road and kind of going through and getting the bugs out of it as far as how it drives and all. I've never driven this bus yet, so you and I will be an adventure at the same time. We'll see how the transmission is and all that kind of stuff. I spun it up on the lift and drove it in up and down the driveway, but I've never had it up to any kind of speed. So, all right, guys, I'm done yapping. Thanks for watching and commenting. Take care. Bye.